everyone, and thank you for joining Men's Crafty Creations. Today we're going to be making a really fun and really cute craft. I don't know about you, but I love Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I've always loved them ever since I was a child. And now we're actually going to be making these cute ornaments from supplies from the Dollar Tree. And I am so happy to share this craft with you. So let's just get right into it. Right, now let me tell you what supplies you're going to need. For starters, you're going to need a glue gun and you're going to need glue sticks. We're going to use this glue stick for something other than just gluing, so stay tuned on that. You're going to need black and white paint. You're going to need ribbon, preferably gold. You're going to need these small ornaments and also these medium-sized ornaments. They come in red, gold, or silver. You can choose whichever color you like, but I prefer the red ones. You're also going to need foam brushes, and we're actually going to be using just this top foam part. You can just detach it from this wooden peg here, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to make with this because I think these are so cute, and they come in a pack of 10 at the Dollar Tree. You're also going to need paint brushes and bows. You're also going to need a bowl if you want to be, or you can use paper or whatever, but I just keep little paper bowls around for that. So now let's get right into how to make these. Alright, now there are two different ways to do this. I use a little trick, which is to put a little rubber band around the ornament. But there's also, if you look on the ornament, there's a little part where I guess they welded these together. You can also use that as a handy guideline as far as when you're painting. But I found that just putting one of the thicker, small rubber bands around this part works really well when we're painting the top of this ball. And so now what you want to do, you can take your foam brush and you can put a little paint, black paint, into the bowl, and you can start just pretty much painting the top of the ornament. So once we do that, I'll come right back. Alright, so now I'm going to sit this over here and pretty much let this dry. I have it just sitting in between these two ornaments, kind of propped up so that it can dry. So now what we're going to do is move on to the smaller ball. With the smaller ball, what you're going to do is remove the top piece until it's like that. And you're going to take your scissors and cut this tip off. And you're going to do that on both of them. And so then after that's cut, you can proceed to painting this one, these two black. Now what I found is that was really helpful for me is when if I take one of the brushes and stick it on top of the ball, and then I can kind of paint it real quick and easy. So if that works for you, or if you have another method, it's whatever works. So let's paint these and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so now after everything is painted, as you can see, I have this ball, it's dry. Both of my big red balls are dry, and the other smaller ones, everything is ready to go. So what you can do is start the next step of gluing these to the other sizes. So let me take the rubber band off. And see, this is why I like to use a rubber band, because as you can see, once you take the rubber band off, it's pretty much a straight line across as we work work with. So next what you're going to do is glue the ears. So you would take one of the smaller ones in your glue gun and put glue around the part that was cut off. And then you want to stick that in a good spot. Okay, right there. Alright, so there we go. We got the ears attached. I'm going to need to let this dry. Now we can go ahead and glue the other one. So I'll do this and I'll come back. So now that you have your Mickey complete, the next step would be to get your gold ribbon and cut it in half. Once you cut it in half and measure it around Mickey, you're going to cut that part where the circle meets. Once you do that, you can use your glue gun and glue that all the way around. I kind of do this section by section so that I make sure that it's flat. So that's just a tip for you. And the last section here. Alright. So now Mickey has a belt. Look at that. Get these out of the way. And so now Mickey has a belt. Now, right, and so now comes the time when you need to glue the checker pieces on the back of Mickey as his buttons. And so you use your glue gun, put your glue there, and then stick your buttons in the back like so. And there's Mickey. Put his buttons on his pants. And so now once you do that, so now after you've done that, Mickey is all done and he's ready to be hung. Go ahead, Mickey. Now let's move on to Minnie. Alright, so on this one I used the glittery ball, as you can see, for Minnie. And what I'm going to do is take one of the bows from the set of bows. And what I want to do is, this bow is really, really cute and I love bows, but it's a little too big for the ornament that I'm making. So what you can do is take it apart, okay, because it's made of two pieces. And you can take the bow, the part that was the bow, and I kind of wanted to make it a little smaller, so I pushed it in a little bit and scrunch it down, and then take that same little wrapper that was around it and just put it back on it so that it stays. So I just kind of made the bow a little smaller because I felt like it was too big. And so once you wrap that around and it's tight, what I did is I took my scissors and I just cut the long sections off so that I'm able to glue it. So you can just cut those. And then once those are cut, just smash them down so that you have a bow that looks like that. And then you can kind of fashion your bow on how you want it to look. So now the next part is really fun. I like this part. And that's just putting the little polka dots on the bow. You can keep the bow plain, or you can put your little polka dots on there. And either way, I think it's adorable. In this case, I want to put some little polka dots on this. So you can grab one of your brushes, paint brushes, and use a little bit of the white paint to make your polka dots. And so what I did is I just held it in the center like this, dip my brush in and get a hefty amount, and just put my dots on there. And don't put too much because you want it to be able to dry evenly. And as far as the polka dots, you don't want to put too many of those either. Alright, that looks really good to me. So let's put it on. Alright, so the way that I attached Minnie's bow is I took my glue gun and put glue on the back of this. Good amount of glue. And right in the center there, I'm just sticking it on there. And I want that glue to set, so I'm kind of holding it. Alright, and now there's Minnie. And so the next step would be to just put your ornament on the tree. Alright guys, and we're all done. And we got Mickey and Minnie hanging up in the tree, looking very stylish. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more fun crafts.